Hello, welcome back to the JUS-CUTZ Die Cutting system. In the second video I'm going to be showing you the two basic features of the machine, and I want to show you why this machine is special. One of the special features about the machine is the fact that as an A4 machine it has perfectly even pressure across the roller. Now you all know from other machines that the pressure can vary from corner to corner, and you know it's a matter of finding the pressure on your individual machine. So let's show you how the pressure works. So what we have here, we have the pressure switch set to number 5. Here we are. That's all set up for you. We're going to use the thick white base plate, and this time we have arranged some nested type dies onto an A4 magnetic mat. So what we're going to do is make a whole series of frames without the use for sticky tape. So here we go. We will put this on top of the thick white plate, and we will take the clear cutting plate, and in between we will have a sheet of 250 gram card. Here we are. Place this all together, push it to the rollers, and as we said previously, on this machine, because of the mechanism, the handle turns the opposite way. So if we take the handle, gently turn it, take it into the rollers, you can already hear the cutting start to begin. We just keep going all the way through. That noise is nothing to be afraid of, it's purely the dies cutting the card. So go all the way through to the end. Okay, that's it. So what we'll do now is we will release the top clear plate, and as you can clearly see there, every die has cut. Now of course we now want to go through the embossing stage. On most other machines at this point it's a matter of swapping plates. On this machine it's much easier. So all we do is bring everything back, and this time we will put the A4 tan embossing mat on the top, and we will then close up with the same clear plate we use for cutting. Now we have added something to the sandwich here. We've added the tan embossing mat, so what we have to do is move the pressure switch. So what we'll do, we'll go right up to number 9 with the pressure switch to allow for the fact that we've added something to the sandwich. So we're now ready. So let's go through for the second time. Again, as I said, turn the handle towards you, all the way through the machine, keep going until you get to the end. There we are. You will find there's slightly more pressure this time. That's because we're doing the embossing stage. So just keep going until it goes all the way through the machine. Take off the clear mat, take off the embossing plate, and you can see now that everything has been cut and embossed. You can take off the outer edge. Now obviously some of you may use this for something else. And there we have the dies. Just to prove to you all that everything has been cut and embossed properly, all we'll do is open everything up individually, take them all apart, and you've made a whole series of frames using nested dies in basically one pass through the machine to cut and one pass through the machine to emboss. There we are. You just snap all these apart so you can see all the pieces, and you can clearly see that all the edges are perfectly embossed on the machine. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to show you, and that's how to make frames using nested dies, how to make a whole series of frames using an A4 magnetic mat, and it's also the proof, if proof is needed, that this machine has perfectly even pressure across the roller. So that's the first thing I want to show you. The next thing I want to show you about this unique machine is how to use a Sizzix Bigs die. So what we will do is we will remove everything this from the machine. Now the next time, to use a Sizzix die, we're going to use the clear cutting plate. This time we're going to use the top side of the cutting plate. We use the bottom side for thin metal dies, we use the top side for Sizzix Bigs dies. So we'll just sit this on here again. We'll take a piece of card, lay that on top, and if I can find my die, here we go, on top. So all we have here is the clear cutting plate, but we're using the top of the clear cutting plate, our piece of card, and the Sizzix die. The first thing we have to do, of course, is alter the pressure switch, because we're now putting something very thick through the machine. So if you come back down to the pressure switch here, what we're going to do, we're going to put it all the way up and center it on number 15. So what we have done is opened the pressure on the machine, opened the rollers to make way for the Sizzix die. What we do now is we push the Sizzix die and the plate all the way into the rollers until it touches the rollers. Gently hold it there with your hand and again engage the handle. And off we go, gently through the machine. There's very little pressure. Keep going until we get to the other side. There we are. We'll take the Sizzix die away and I'll just show you now that that is a perfectly clean cut. There we are. So putting any Sizzix die through the machine is as simple as that, using the one cutting plate. Basically that's all we have to do. So we've now shown you that this machine has perfectly even pressure across the roller and how we can cut an A4 tray full of nested dies to make frames without using sticky tape, and we've now showed you how to use a Sizzix Bigs die. Those are the two basic key features of the machine. They are very simple things to do in this machine, and all you're doing is getting the pressure right. You're adjusting the pressure switch which is in your hands. Okay, in the next video we will come back and we will have a look at more complicated things in a bit more detail.